It was a cold winter evening, and the town was alive with Christmas cheer. The streets were lined with glowing lights. Shops and houses were decorated with wreaths and garlands, and the sound of jingles filled the air. It was the busiest time of the year, with people rushing around preparing for the holiday season. In the same joyful town, there lived a naughty boy named James. He was known for bullying his classmates and never listening to his teachers or parents, no matter how many times they tried to correct him. James always found joy in troubling others. One day, James rode his bike to the lakeside. There, he saw a small boy playing happily with his friends and holding a Santa toy. Sneaking up on the boy, James grabbed the toy and threw it into the lake. The small boy cried, but James laughed loudly, enjoying the mischief he had caused. As darkness fell, James heard a strange sound near the lake. It wasn't an animal, but something eerie, a howling mixed with the clinking of chains. At first, he ignored it, but the sound grew louder and closer. Fear gripped him, and he jumped onto his bike, pedaling home as fast as he could. The sound followed him, sending chills down his spine. When James finally reached home, he locked the door in panic. His grandmother saw his pale face and asked, "What happened, James?" He didn't reply, still shaking with fear. Upstairs in his room, the sounds returned, heavy footsteps and chains rattling on the rooftop. Peering out the window, James froze in terror. A monstrous figure with horns and a long chain stood on the roof, staring directly at him. Terrified, James ran to his grandmother and told her what he saw. She smiled and said, "It's just your imagination, James. Monsters are only stories." But James knew what he had seen. Grandma then shared a tale from her childhood. Long ago, in this very town, children who were naughty and disobedient would vanish around Christmas. People heard strange sounds before the children disappeared. My father, the sheriff, investigated, but no one could explain it. The missing children only spoke of Krampus, a creature who punishes the wicked. It was said that he visits naughty children, warns them in their dreams, and if they don't change, takes them to his world to punish them. James asked, "Do you believe this, Grandma?" She replied, "I didn't. But sometimes, old stories have a way of coming true." Suddenly, the eerie sounds returned, louder than ever. The lights flickered, footsteps echoed outside, and the door creaked open. Fog filled the room as the terrifying figure of Krampus appeared, its glowing eyes fixed on James. James cried out, "I'm sorry. I'll never hurt anyone again. I'll change, I promise." He sobbed, trembling with fear. Krampus stared for a moment, then slowly vanished into the fog. The next morning, James kept his word. When his parents returned with Christmas gifts, he shared them with the children he had hurt and apologized sincerely. From that day on, James became kind and thoughtful, never forgetting the Christmas night he met Krampus.